In lesson 18, we're looking at ratio word problems and similar triangles. In our first example, it says the ratio of Arabians to mixed breeds in the herd was 2 to 17. There were 380 horses in the herd. How many were Arabians? So first, let's just write down what they give us. So it's 2 Arabians to 17 mixed breeds. And then we need to have a total of those, so it's 19 would be their total. Alright, and then they actually give us the number of horses that are the actual total. Alright, and we're actually looking for how many were Arabians. So since they give us the actual total, we're going to use our total with the Arabian for their ratio. So we're going to have 2 to 19 would be equal to x over 380. Okay, then just to get x by itself, we'll just multiply both sides by 380. Alright, then I can simplify a little bit just to make things easier. And those would cancel, so x equals 40. So there were 40 Arabian horses. Alright, and then in our next example, we're looking at the kilograms of sulfur to make a new compound. So it says it took 600 kilograms of sulfur to make 3,000 kilograms of the new compound. How many kilograms of the other materials would be required to make 4,000 kilograms of the new compound? Alright, so let's see what they're giving us. So we have 600 kilograms of sulfur. And that would leave, we would subtract 600 from the 3,000 to see how much of the other materials were used. That'd be 2,400. So 2,400 kilograms of other materials. And that was to make 3,000 of the compound. And they're giving us how many we want to make, how many kilograms we want to make. So we want to make 4,000 kilograms of the new compound. Okay, and we're looking for how many kilograms of the other material. Okay, so what we're going to do is take the ratio that they're giving us, the 2,400, which we did have to find out that that was 2,400. I'm going to take that over 3,000 because that's how many kilograms it took to get 3,000 for the compound. And then we want to get 4,000 kilograms of the new compound, but we need to know how much that's going to take. So what we're going to do now is just multiply 4,000 on both sides. So here these will cancel, and then I can cross out some of those zeros to make it a little bit easier, and then I can simplify here. 24 divided by 3 is 8, so it's 800. So 800 times 4 is 3,200 equal to x. So that would be 3,200 kilograms of the other materials to make that 4,000 kilograms of the new compound. In our third example in lesson 8, In example 3, we're looking at two similar triangles, and we know they're similar because they have corresponding angles, which are shown to us by the tick marks. So that means that this has one tick mark and this has one tick mark, so those are the same angle. This has 3 and this has 3, so those are the same angle. This has 2 and this has 2, so those are the same angle. So there is a scale factor that we can multiply by 7 and 5 to find the x and y. To find that, we're going to have 4 times the scale factor equals 3, since we're given these two corresponding sides. Then we just divide both sides by 4, so our scale factor equals 3/4. So now, to find out what the x is, we can take 3/4 times 5 equals x, so that's 15/4 equals x. And then we'll use that same scale factor times the 7 to find out what y is. So 3/4 times 7 equals y. So 21/4 equals y. And we found out the missing sides.